mal auf ein paar Knöpfe drücken.
Verstehe dich. Du kriegst dann gleich das zweite Mikro. Das kannst du dir schon mal... All right. I think I need a bit more volume here. Thank you very much. That was a bit too much volume. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Startup Incubator Berlin of the Hochschule für Wirtschaft und Recht. My name is Stefan Meyer-Brehm. I have been corresponding with many of you, so you probably heard my name before. I'm a program manager here at the Startup Incubator. If you want to know what that is, come back to me later and ask me. For tonight, I'm mainly the moderator and the connector between the various speakers that we're going to have. Speaking of speakers, we have one speaker scheduled later, a former HWR student who now runs a successful company. And he's so successful in that company that he's so busy spending time in that company that he's still in traffic. So he's on the way here, and we hope he will make it in time. This is why we'll keep looking over to the side if he's arriving. But we have two more speakers before that. Before we begin, two important announcements. I see that almost all of you keep to our mask mandate or recommendation. That's very, very nice. We on the stage will keep a distance from you and will refrain from that mask because we think it's just a little better to communicate that way. So please, be patient with that little exception for us here. The second thing is we will have a photographer who's going to take some pictures here of this event. So hopefully you're all happy with that. In case you're not, please approach him, tell him that you want to be excluded from any possibly published photos. There's also photo release forms and QR codes hanging around here everywhere. So you are able to release basically your rights for your photos. So please take a minute to do that. If we have everyone sort of on file, that's very, very helpful. Okay, and one final thing, we already offer some drinks there in the back. There will be more, don't worry. Those 3 cases are just the beginning. And also later tonight, we're going to have a little bit of vegan pizza. So a special treat is in store for you as well. And if you've been drinking and eating a lot, there is the bathroom right around the corner here behind me through that door. So those important necessities are now taken care of. And we can begin with the official program. That means I'm very happy to welcome Sven Ripsas, Professor Dr. Sven Ripsas, of course. But we're so colloquial with each other, we sometimes forget the important titles. He runs the entrepreneurship department here at the school, and I will hand over the clicker for you. Sven, please take it away. Tell us what students can learn about entrepreneurship at the HWR.
Okay. Thank you very much, Stefan. And first of all, thank you very much for organizing and setting up this demo day. I think that deserves a big applause right now. So thank you very much to everybody. Okay, it's a huge crowd. I'm very happy to see so many faces here for the demo day of our incubator and the entrepreneurship community as a whole here. First of all, I would like to know who's a student here at the HWR. Okay, fantastic. Who's not from our university, but from external? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's quite some. Okay, welcome. First time here in the incubator then, when I might ask? First time, yes? Okay, and for you also, the first time here? Okay, very good. Welcome. So I hope you make sure of networking with our students, with our incubator crew. And I would like to introduce you to the full-fledged program of entrepreneurship services we offer. One thing is special about the Berlin School of Economics and Law when it comes to entrepreneurship. I think we are the only university in Germany that has 3 professors of entrepreneurship in the fields of startup entrepreneurship, digital entrepreneurship, family businesses, and Mittelstand. And we have President Andreas Sabi, a university president who is a former CFO of a biotech startup. So I cannot think of any other university in Germany, whether it's a huge technical universities or a university of applied science, with this kind of background among the leaders, the presidency, and the faculty. So when it comes to entrepreneurship, I think that we can play a very important role in Germany, and we do this in Berlin, and of course in entrepreneurship education, which is the academic side, and in entrepreneurship and startup incubation, which is the practical side where we are here. So if you are interested in your own startup future and you think of what kind of professors might be interesting to go to seminars or for your bachelor thesis or master thesis, this is a very small sample. You can go to any professor, of course, to do this. But especially when it comes to Mittelstand, family businesses, company succession, takeovers, I think Birgit Felden is one of the most well-known professors and consultants in the Mittelstand field in Germany. Hannes is a very new professor for digital entrepreneurship. He just started this month, last month, 1st of October. He has a background as a digital entrepreneur as well as an engineer from the Technical University. So he will help us to offer much more technical support for digital startups. And my background is in venture capital. I was a CEO of a venture capital company before I started here at the Berlin School of Economics and Law, and I'm still supporting entrepreneurs, especially when they come from our university. Last year, I started the company with one of our MBAs, so we do it in the very, very practical way. What is important about the cooperation of the incubator and us in the seminars in the education field is that we have the lean startup philosophy. So we work a lot with the Running Lean book, and I also applied this Running Lean idea to the world of numbers and metrics and scaling. So we did include the startup cockpit approach in the coaching for our startups here. We teach what we do in the incubator, and from the incubator, we learn what we shall teach. I think this is the cooperation that is also, I wouldn't say unique, but it's very well established. And the cooperation between the incubation and the education is something very, very worthwhile. You are here at the Siemens location, not by coincidence. Siemens is also a company in transition. A lot of things have been changing in the last years. Siemens split up. We have Siemens Energy now, which is a major partner here in Berlin for the Berlin School of Economics and Law. We also do management trainings for the company. This is also interesting for those of you that are interested in entrepreneurship, but also like to work for corporate. So corporate entrepreneurship, intrapreneurship, it's a field that is very well established in Siemens as well. So this network that is coming together here at the incubator is something that you can make use as a HWR student, and also it's also open for everybody from the outside. Please ask us how we can help you in your entrepreneurial endeavors, and we will be happy to do this. The last slide I would like to show is that we are a very international network. So we do not only offer partnerships and network partners here in Berlin, but we help our startups, for example, with trainees from Israel. We have a program with our partners from Israel so that the students from our partner universities do their traineeship here in Berlin and the other way around. We have a very close cooperation with Wichita State and with other universities all around the globe to connect with our Berlin Startup Incubator. So the idea is to make this your hub for internationalization. So when you have a business idea, you can start here, you can develop your idea to the first prototype, which we will be seeing today in the demo day, maybe to the first minimum viable product. And when you have successfully launched, then you would like to internationalize, and here are the partners that will help you to do this. Okay, that was a very quick overview of what the Berlin School of Economics and Law is offering. And this day, the demo day, is something very special because we will see what the first ideas of a lot of startups will look like. So I'm handing over to the manager of this incubator, to Marvin. And I wish you all a very, very interesting evening. Enjoy it. And hopefully we see each other when you start your business here at the incubator. Thank you very much.
So thanks. Hello and welcome. So we are the counterpart to the entrepreneurship section in Schöneberg. So therefore we are located here and running the incubator from here. And our mission is to help entrepreneurs to bring their idea to the market. And mainly our target group are academic entrepreneurs. So those who've been in the class of Sven and the others, helping those people to found their company, but also others. So we are open for everybody, not only the HWR students. And as Sven already mentioned, so lean startup is in the core of what we do here. So we want to have the people go out, test their business idea. Therefore, we do this UX testing so people can get feedback and validate their idea as early as possible. And our support is based on more or less 4 pillars. First, we help you with know-how. We have coaches here, we do mentoring programs, and we help you with your idea, just to answer the right questions. Furthermore, infrastructure. So down in the basement, we have a big prototyping lab, which you can use to build physical prototypes. There will be 2 teams who are mainly working there. So that would be We for All and also Reach. Those 2 are mainly in use of the prototyping lab. So later, when the startups have the booth behind, go to them and ask them about the prototyping lab. Once you're interested in hardware prototypes, that's the best to speak to them. It's networks, that's also very supportive for the startups. We are very well connected with the local Berlin startup ecosystem and helping you reach the right people, whether it's for funding or just to get a foot in a certain market. And what we also do is hand out scholarships. So we have the Berlin Startup Scholarship and the React Startup Scholarship, as well as Exist Startup Scholarship. So that's help you once you have the idea already formulated and know what you want to do, to fully focus on your business. So our main idea is to help you from the idea, just really early stage to the market. So that means we have based on that different pillars or formats. What we will see later also, that's what we just introduced is startup sprints. So if you have an idea, there's a sign up form over there, or here a QR code. Just sign up, join our program. It's a 2 weeks program. Just be around here, get to know each other, start with the idea, whether you have a co-founder or not. Just really early, and to learn about our space. We also do challenges with corporate partners. TTE can talk about that. So such as hackathons. So that's what we have once you're in the idea space. And then we have a program which is called Startup Now, which means you're part of our incubator. You can use all the infrastructure, get coaching, mentoring, and all the network just to formulate or frame your idea. And once you're about that stage, you can enter one of our scholarship programs, which means the Berlin Startup Scholarship, which gives you on the React Startup Scholarship, they both give you 2,000 euros a month. There's no equity takens, just to cover your living expenses, fully focus on your idea, and once you you don't have to worry about the side hustle and can really focus on your idea. And another pillar would be file an application for the Exist scholarship. That means just as a brief overview, you get 2,500 euros. That's more for innovative ideas with more or less a technical innovation or a social innovation, and that program runs for 12 months. So that's all to say about us. What you can do is everybody who has like a grey hoodie more or less, or the badge as Stefan has. Like they are all from our team. They are around here. Just go to them, ask them about whatever you want, and we are here to have you and answer all the questions. So thanks.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much, Marvin. I think I just take the other microphone. Okay, yeah, just for a short break here. You've now learned a lot of facts about this theory, how we kind of structure the whole startup support that we offer here at the school. But you know, that's to that stage rather theoretical. Now we want to upload a bit more practical experience, and I'm happy to see that our next guest speaker, Jan, is here now. Jan Taschlizki is a former student, and he's brought Evgeny with him as well. Great. Good to have you both on stage. Let me try if that microphone works now.
Test.
Yeah.
No? Yes.
That's now it's working. Okay. I don't want to give too much away. Here's the clicker. You can flip through your slides and explain what a former HWR student has been doing with this entrepreneurship world.
Yeah, thank you, Stefan. Thank you, Marvin. Hi to everyone. It's good to be back. Like long time not to be here. My name is Jan, and this is Evgeny. As Stefan said, I'm a former student of the HWR. It's a little bit long time ago, and now the CEO of the TTI group. What we do is like we do a lot of things, but what mainly we do is the project development, and we have, I would say, already 1.5 years a separate company which is called TTI Vision, and there we have some company investments like which we do like business angels in some companies. I don't know, I would say some of you know maybe Miles. It's like a famous company. It's only one, like a few companies which we present. What can I say? I want to say back to 2007 when I studied here actually at the Badensche Straße. I was one of the first who studied entrepreneurship. And people ask me, what is this? What's entrepreneurship? In German, Unternehmensgründung, Unternehmensnachfolge. I said, like, I don't know actually, but I only know that I will be somehow working for myself. This I knew from the beginning, and today I would say it's okay to, like the idea was okay, and I can only suggest to everyone that if you have an idea, don't be afraid, go for it. It's worth. Now I will hand over to Evgeny. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jan. As Jan already told you, so we started the company TTI Vision like 1.5 years ago, just to seek for different opportunities with different ideas and also our own ideas and startups coming from high schools, universities, and so on. And what we try to do, so one thing, project development, of course, it's the financing of projects, ideas, and startups, but the other thing is also to support startups and teams by providing the overall practical infrastructure and help them to find the right way or to find the right product market fit, sort of say. It goes along with the lean approach you guys talked about. And one thing we actually discussed a lot, so people are coming to us and presenting us pitch decks and showing like the new shit that is coming out. And a lot of things are like thought through, but they're based on market research or studies. And after we asked the people or teams if they did their own research in order to find out if it's the right approach, did you talk to your target group, who is your target group, what they think, how do they look like, how a normal persona looks like, a lot of teams cannot answer this question, or they have like provisional personas that are just coming out of their mind. So they think there is a certain target group that is suitable for their product, which is in often cases not the case. So that's why it's actually the true fact. The majority of startups fail, not because they are not using like the latest technology or whatsoever. It's because they like produce the service or a product that nobody wants to use. There's no need for this product. That's why we're always saying, like, you have to own your own research. So do not rely on studies, do not rely on what you read in blogs, magazines, or whatsoever, but do your own research as a team, because it's really important just to get an understanding why your potential target group or customer group, whatsoever, if you're doing B2B, how the customer looks like in a B2B sphere, why they're doing things like they are doing things, what is like the layer below it or behind it, just to get an understanding what is happening like on a daily basis on their side and not just the demographics behind it. So it's really important really to make a deep dive to understand the person you want to target, be it a company, be it like different target groups whatsoever. And this is also important just because they are like, if you do your own research, you own the data and information you're getting. So you can formulate hypotheses out of it, you can make up new assumptions, you can actually conquer your already existing assumptions in order also to kill your darlings, which is in most of the cases one of the best things you can do at the end. And it's like always have something to do with two types of knowledges, the situative knowledge and the statistical knowledge, just also to see the reaction of the people you are talking to, just to get an understanding if it's really the way what they talk also can be seen in their faces, for example. So we really see if there's like an emotion behind it, if they mean what they're saying, and so on. So that's why it's really important also for you as a team to get a better understanding what needs to be done, yeah, how we understand the market, what is the next step. So always do research, always with like the background information, what can we learn and what is the next step out of it. And at the end, like almost every single team is like on this side. So what we think the customer is doing or is needing. So we know the customer. But the research is actually opening up a new space for you to understand what the customer really needs. And once you started to get this understanding, yeah, so you start to make actionable items in order to adjust your product, adjust your service, and maybe also pivot the whole business case just to cater to the need of the target group. So that's why it's really important to do by your own. We have here two examples, maybe you know one of it. So this one is like a perfect example. If we would like look at the market studies done by Statista or whatsoever, we would see, yeah, there is like person one, which is born in 1948, grew up in England, married the second time, has 2 children, successful in business, wealthy, spent the winter holidays in the Alps, and also likes dogs. And we have also the second person, which is the same. But at the end, we have completely 2 different target groups behind the same demographics, which is like maybe eye-opening. Yeah, it was for me like the funny way to see it like this, because it's true. So demographics tells a lot about a certain group of people, but it's not telling a lot about your target group or your persona you would like to target. The second thing, also second example, it's one of our companies. So we started a company which has like patented underwear for men. And we thought like, we laughed about it in the beginning and saw, okay, if it's like a valid market to start a business, a fashion business with patented underwear. And once we checked Statista, it was said like the normal male population is ready to pay €6.50 for 1 pair of underwear or boxer shorts. Nevertheless, we did our research and found out it's not always like it seems based on the market studies. So if you look at the performance from the last year, we were able to make a revenue of almost more than €500,000 by producing an average order value of almost €70 and selling boxer shorts for €30. So once you look at the market study, you will say, don't go into this direction. Afterwards, we saw it's really interesting to go into this direction after we did our research. And this is like an overview of what we're always trying to do. So get your research right, get your research done, understand the people, also try to get a look behind the customer, so not always seeing it's male, 30 years, it's female, 20 years, but also how the normal day looks like, and we always try to transfer it to certain personas, so you can also see behind the people afterwards, and those are like nice examples of how you can do it in order to make it like with the first glance understandable what the person is about. That's actually it. Again, it was a pleasure to be here with you guys from Startup Incubator. We are looking forward to see all of your ideas. And if you have questions or want to have a deep dive into this topic, we are here for you guys, so talk to us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Evgeny. Thank you. And I'll take the second microphone as well. Okay, thank you, Evgeny. Thank you, Jan. You've seen, I think, from their talk, what can be sort of the pitfalls of planning to build a company, of possibly going in the wrong direction, and this is why a little further down the road from here today, our own startups here in the incubator are conducting exactly what we've just seen. They're trying to sort of look into the pockets of customers and understand, okay, what's really driving their behavior. Before we get to that, I would like to present to you a recent graduate, if you want, team that has gone through our programs here and has turned out, exactly on that journey, like we've seen from Marvin earlier, from the idea when they came to us to the product that is now in the market. And for that, I'd like to welcome Darlene and Ole from Cleverlohn. Please tell us about your success story.
First of all, thanks for having us. We're happy to be here, even though we're not in the program anymore. It was like, it was a great journey. My name is Darlene.
And my name is Oli, as you have heard. And I want to introduce Mr. Professor Dr. Ripsas because he asked the first question, who's a student right now? And I didn't know what to do, if I should put my hands up or not, because actually I'm still a student, first of all, because we still are students from the Berlin School of Economics and Law and have been founding through our studies. And well, we are still studying, so we still have to do our bachelor thesis.
We're with you.
Yeah, so probably some of you will feel us in the future at some point if you guys are probably in here and founding your own companies. So how have we started? What's going on? That's where we want to talk about. So my background is pretty much just consulting. I've done a little bit in digitization, a little bit in processes, which helps us right now a little bit, I guess, even though I'm not the professional in terms of payroll, where we will talk about soon. So I started my studies, I think, in 2018 at HTW, and then went through the entrepreneurship and succession, so for the Germans, Unternehmensgründung und Nachfolge studies.
Yeah, and I'm Darlene. So we've met during studies, and within the program Entrepreneurship and Succession, we had the possibility within one of the courses to really start working on our own idea, which is now in the market, as you've just heard. I've been working in HR. I've been a working student for, 4 years maybe, like throughout the whole studies, basically. And that's where the idea comes from, but we'll tell you more about the idea itself and rather jump into the journey we have been doing. So basically, we started studying at the HWR, and we did the course there, and from there on, we developed the idea to make automated payroll. I don't know whom of you already had to do with payroll before. Who has ever been employed, like in his or her life? Okay, so you probably all have received a payslip until now, or like most of you, but you probably don't know what has to be done so that you get your money, basically. And that's what we're focusing on. But we had to do a lot of pivots. So we started wanting to do a software-based payroll. But as we went into the SIB, so we started in a Startup Now program, which you also have just heard about, and then we got the Berlin Startup Scholarship, where we received money, actually, to work on our project full-time by the beginning of this year. And we developed it into...
well, what's now a software and a service solution. So basically, if you hear a lot about startups, you usually hear, well, that's like the biggest great startup, super scale up, and like a SaaS tool basically, which basically means software as a service. So you want to definitely automate a service basically. And what we have found out through our pivots was, well, those companies don't really need a software as a service solution. So they actually do need a software component to really make the job of a payroll clerk more efficient, but they also do need a service component to really have somebody where you can talk to who's able to explain some stuff to you. So that was pretty much our main idea on how we started. And we would like to talk about on why you don't always have to be the super fancy startup and still can build a great company. And that is pretty much what we've experienced through our studies exactly. Just because the succession part of our studies was pretty much, why don't you just buy a company basically and run it, and it does not have to be the super cool startup. So that's pretty much our idea. If you would like to see something of our interface, I think we have a table somewhere behind you, so we can talk about this later on. Where are we at right now? So Darlene and I, we have become payroll clerks, so we are actually able to do payroll. And if there are some companies, which I don't think so there are, because you're quite young, you could talk to us, and then obviously we can do your payroll. So that's our service offer basically. We have entered the market in August. We have developed our MVP, so we are able to really gather data through our web app, which I will show you later on. And then, now have 8 customers who are actually paying, which is something special in terms of startups, because often you just have like free versions to really just gather some information to probably pivot later on. We are right now into our fundraising phase. So fundraising basically means you are looking for investors, you're looking for money basically to really scale a little bit faster than growing organically. Well, that's pretty much it, I guess. There's so many things to talk about, but that's like our main status right now.
So basically also the HWR and the SIB gave us the possibility and the chance to really develop our idea. So you often in theory hear that you have to pivot your idea. You start with something, with a problem, basically, and then you think you have a solution, and then you're going to test it with customers or potential customers, and you're going to find out that's not what they need. And so we have been running those circles by having the possibility to be supported by the HWR and by the SIB. And what we want to grow is basically support small and micro-sized enterprises, because they're left out currently in regards to all like HR-related admin topics. So that's what we want to become, basically the partner for small and micro-sized enterprises. And yeah, we're currently in the fundraising round, so we're gathering money to do the next steps, and we're also looking into growing our team. So in case you're interested in our idea, or also probably interested in a working student contract or whatever, feel free to approach us as we're looking into growing our team soon.
Yeah, definitely. And there's just one thing to add. So if I look in your eyes, you're probably not as interested in doing payroll as I am. And obviously that's not the most sexy thing there is in the world. But what do we want to do in the future? So there's so many things we can really get in touch with afterwards. So for an example, which isn't sexy as well, but for an example, labor law or anything else. So whenever you have to do a contract, whenever you have to look for security terms when you hire a person, and so on. So that's what we will solve in the future as well. So there should be a scale-up case anyway, but right now it is just payroll, and then I think Clever, whatever, has a lot to offer. So that's it so far, I guess.
Yeah, thank you very much, Darlene and Ole. And you will have the opportunity to talk to them. What we will do once we're finished with the final part of the program now, in a minute, we will clear out this area in the front where we take away some of the seats here. We have 2 tables. One table I'm going to talk about very soon, and the other table will belong to Cleverlohn. So they will be there. They will be happy to talk to you, tell you more stories. If you want to work for them, they're very happy to take your applications, and you will be on their payroll one time or another. Okay, so now we come probably to the potentially most interesting part, what introduces our UX testing. That's actually the core of our evening here. And for that, we have asked all the participating teams, there are 9 of them tonight, all currently at one stage or another here at the incubator, meaning they may range from a very, very early limited idea to some very far-taken development stage where they already have a finished product. And in a very random sequence, we had the alphabetical order, we had the reverse alphabetical order, we had them all. But we normally ask the teams up here for a 1-minute teaser. We call it teaser because it's not a pitch. They're not trying to sell you something. Actually, they're just trying to get you a little interested, a little curious in what they're showing you today. They don't want to give too much away. And I'm going to take a look at my clock here in a minute. And first one up is the team Reach, and I'm giving you the microphone.
Perfect. Well, we are Reach, and the problem we're trying to solve is there are currently 9 million seniors in Germany alone who have issues accessing the digital life because of physical or psychological or simply cognitive issues. So we have, and that way they lose access to the digital life. And through the digital life, we can access a social life, and the lack of social life is one of the main drivers also why elderly people go to care homes earlier than usual. And our solution is a very simple device with a card reader you put on your sofa, and you put a card on it, and then you can call people, which, for example, this card could be for their son. As you might recognize, none of you are probably the target audience for this. So the idea is that on one hand, you can simply test it and see how you can break the device because it needs to be very stable. And the other part is if some of you might have some family which might be the target audience for this device, please also talk to me.
Absolutely, wonderful. Thank you very much. And if you kindly hold on to the microphone and hand it to the next one up on the stage, Team Lisa coming up, and you will tell us what to expect from you.
Hello, everybody. So when I was little, I asked my mom, "Mom, how can I have a meaningful life?" And she said, "When you come to the world, you come to a world. But when you leave this world, make the world to be better than when you come." As for now, the world that we live in is facing a lot of problems. Global warming, war, extinction. So how can we make a difference? How can we make a change? Come to our booth and we will show you how. Thank you.
Oh, that's a very high promise here. And yeah, you've stayed well within the 1 minute.
1 minute, okay.
Now, next one up, Kara from Happybox. If you just hand her the mic and we will hear what's happening with you.
Hey everyone, in order to fight climate change, we desperately need a change in our food system. And the easiest way to do so is to start with ourselves. A vegan diet is at this point the most sustainable one you can have, and a vegan person actually saves up to 2 tons of carbon emissions per year, which is equivalent to 8 flights between London and Berlin, which is a lot. So you can say veganism is the most impact you can have for yourself on your own carbon footprint. I've been vegan myself for more than 7 years now, and in that amount of time, a lot of people actually came to me and told me they also want to go vegan or at least try it out, but they just don't know how to start, and it's too complicated for them. So I came up with the idea of Herbie-Box, which is a vegan cooking box just like HelloFresh, but more sustainable. Today, I want to find out more about my target customers. My stand is right over there, the second one on the left side, and I prepared a small questionnaire you can fill out.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I think I need the mic back again. Thank you very much, Kara. Next one up is the team Needs. Please take the stage, hand over the mic. Thank you.
So yeah, hey everyone, my name is Moritz and I'm the founder of Needs. So we live in a world where 8% of the global carbon footprint routes to unbalanced tourism, or as you know it, mass tourism. And therefore, we really have to start questioning ourselves, how can we make traveling more meaningful? And how is it that at the end of each journey, only some experiences stick to our memory? So to answer that, I would like to do like a small exercise. Actually, if you have a stranger next to you, just turn over and greet them. So just say hi, tell your name, and even maybe give a compliment, but a fast one. Perfect. Yeah, great, great, great. So what actually just happened? You all just broke a barrier. And let me tell you that this just made this whole event even more meaningful for all of us. But why is that? It's because of the connection you just started to make. And meaningful things start to happen when we connect as human beings. And the same thing applies to traveling. So if you think about your past travel experiences, what are the moments you still remember? It's the moments where a true and deep connection was made somehow. So thinking about that, Needs is a marketplace where you can find sustainable and meaningful experiences from exclusively local and supported providers, because we want you to experience meaningful and sustainable. Yeah, we are over there and we are actually testing out our first website and would like to see just how you react to that.
Great, thank you very much. Slightly over time budget, but still okay. Thank you very much. Next one up is the team Stella. Max, tell us what you're doing.
Hi guys, we heard one very interesting word today from Darlene as she mentioned personal growth today. And since you're all studying, I bet that none of you had the subject for personal growth, neither in school nor in university usually. And we think that, this is first of all what we think, but also what studies show, is that we're learning a lot of hard skills in university, in school, everywhere we go, but we never deal with this personal growth somewhere at a large scale. At the same time, studies show that with just having more confidence, you can achieve more things, you will get more done. So knowing the same things that you learned already, just applying it in a better way, you will achieve more. And at the same time, there are thousands of coaches in Germany who can help you with exactly that, to deal with your stress level, to boost your confidence, or whatever you want. But those coaches in Germany cost 160 euros per hour. That's nothing you want to pay every day for. So we thought there must be an accessible way to have a coach always in your pocket. So what we did is we took the coach, which is my co-founder, typically standing next to me, and this is Andre, who usually does coaching sessions with people. So he enters a Zoom call with you, talks one-on-one with you, and now what we did is we created this Andre as a digital copy. So Andre is sort of a robot consisting of different video sequences, talking to you about every topic you can imagine for personal growth. So if you want to see how this coaching works, come to our stand and test your coaching. And if you will do one coaching session, we actually have a bonus for you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Hold on to the microphone for next one up, e-commutely. What is that? Let us know.
So, hello, I'm Shali. I'm currently studying MBA in Sustainable Mobility Management, and I'm very passionate about sustainability. So, I'll do a small exercise. So, you have to imagine elephants, okay? Now, 20 elephants, and then now make them baby-sized. So, 20 baby elephants. Now, imagine the weight of these 20 baby elephants. So it's around 2,000 kgs. Now these 2,000 kgs is the carbon emissions from one person in Berlin in a year on an average from traffic alone, like from commuting within the city, traveling every day to work here and there. So what is, from my studies, I found that if you can change your travel behavior to a more sustainable behavior, you can save a lot on carbon emissions. So with my idea eCommutely, I'm just helping people to commute more eco-friendly. And this is my first task on the left. I'll be asking a couple of questions, and I'm also looking for co-founders and feedback. Thank you.
Wow, cool. Yeah, thank you very much. Looking for co-founders. Very interesting opportunities here coming up. And Next one on our list here, up to. What are you up to? Sorry, I had to make this play on word. Take the mic.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm the founder and developer behind the mobile app Up To. I'm pretty sure most of you are familiar with the following situation. You found like a super interesting upcoming event in your city or area, or you want to do something different for once, like attending a yoga session, and you want to invite your friends, but you don't know beforehand who will be up for it and would like to join. So you probably end up creating a group chat, or you send a text to all your friends individually, which is already pretty painful. And when it comes to the organization, the group chat probably gets very cluttered, so it's difficult to find the key information. Or you have to update your friends all individually once the event's details change. On the other hand, it's pretty clear that many people love sharing stuff on social media. We love to tell stories about ourselves and follow others for inspiration and more. Up To is basically the combination of those two topics. It's a shared calendar for you and your friends, and a social networking platform with a focus on upcoming events and plans to make it easier for you to have real-life experiences with your friends. And yeah, if you're interested in the topic, I'm over there. There's my stand. You can also check out the app today and give me feedback. And yeah, thanks.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for that. Hold on to the microphone. We have a veteran team with us, V for All. Nezar is coming up and explaining us what you are doing for us all. Take the mic. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Nezar. I'm co-founder from We for All. What is We for All? We for All is the first 3D printing platform. So why do we need such thing? Using 3D print technology is always advertised as super easy. You buy a printer and you can use it. But this is wrong. You need, first of all, to understand the customers. You need then the design and then the 3D printer. And you will find this all on this platform. And for example, we have here some projects with Stefan, for example, and we enable him to use this technology to solve his own problem without using his 3D printing knowledge. So for you, Stefan, here is the model that you required, and now you can use it for your own purpose. It's a cover for this remote control, and we don't we don't have just like simple problems. We help also the industry to have right solutions and to use this technology in the proper way. Thank you very much. Our stand is behind there, and you can take selfies with our crown, and we can talk business. Thank you very much, and see you soon.
Thank you. Thank you, Nezar, for that. And I think I need to explain this for a second. I have this remote control where the battery lid broke, and they don't make this remote control anymore. So I had a new battery lid made for my remote control by Nezar and his team. So I'm very happy that now my remote control doesn't lose the batteries all the time. So that's very helpful. Okay, thank you, Nezar. And finally, almost finally, second to last, Kai Yuvi. Would you kindly come to the stage and tell us? I think Nezar took the microphone. Oh, no, there's it. Okay. I have a microphone for you.
Yeah, hi, everyone. My name is Julia. I'm part of Kayuvi Circular Interior Design. Today, I'm here with one of my co-founders, Victoria, over there. Yeah, and we are actually building an e-commerce platform for up and recycled home and interior products. But, you know, we're not just selling products, we're rather telling their stories. Means we are actually, you know, informing about the entire production processes. We are portraying the designers. And other than that, we also educate on sustainability. So today we are here to actually test our webpage, which is going to launch soon. So we're super happy to get your feedback on that. And yeah, welcome you on our stand over there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. If you can just stay for a second and hold on to the microphone, because what we are also doing, you heard about that earlier. Marvin told you about the Lean Startup Sprint, where we offer a 2-week program where very early stage founders can come to us and work on their idea and exchange their idea with others and get some professional coaching. And this Lean Startup Sprint just ends this week. It was last week and this week. And we have a couple of those early stage founders. And I just wanted to take a look around. If there's someone, the minute is up. I need to stop that one. If I can. Is there any one of those Lean Startup Sprint members? Yeah, please come to the stage and explain us very briefly, hand over the microphone, because there will be another table that I mentioned earlier here in the front where you are sitting right now. There will be a table soon after, and you, among others, will be possibly testing something. Let us know what.
Great. So engineering managers are often promoted to their role directly from going from writing code to actually being responsible for people management skills, but they don't usually receive very much training on the job, especially in startups. Companies struggle to get great results on their engineering teams. Performance, retention, engagement, cross-team collaboration, all of these are usually quite low. EMs are often unable to take on large organizational challenges that would help everyone and get them promoted. So I'm building situation cards for engineering managers, which is a situation-based training tool for engineering managers. They provide a realistic practice challenges for engineering managers instead of waiting for challenges to show up in a startup. By training common situations with specific step-by-step processes, EMs become able to quickly reach a detailed analysis of the problem, come up with a realistic end goal, and map the way to it without getting stuck. Meanwhile, their inexperienced peers who didn't train are more likely to learn through failure with their real teams. Thanks.
Okay, that sounds complex but interesting. If you hold on to the microphone for just 1 or 2 more seconds, there's another of those early stage Lean Startup Sprinters who wants to show and tell us what we're going to talk about with you later.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Milinka, and I'm very happy to be here. So, as we all know, we live in a world full of waste, and we are surrounded by products or items that we don't really need or want. And this is especially true when it comes to merchandise products. So, I thought, what if there was a sustainable alternative for merchandise as we know it today? And here comes my idea, which is called Merch Me, which should be a platform that has it all. So, locally sourced and carefully curated products that can be personalized. And I'm looking for a co-founder as well. I have a prototype. If you are interested, come say hi later. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. So hold on to the microphone as well, please. So the table will be marked with Lean Startup Sprint. In some cases, the teams, the companies don't even have names yet, that early in their stage of development they are. Is there another 3rd or 4th person from that group willing to come up? I don't see any signs of that. Yeah, there's one. Please come up and tell us who you are and what you do. Hand over the mic, please.
Thanks. I have a quick question. Has anyone here ever written a book? Christian, I know you have. Yeah, so I work in the self-publishing industry, and a lot more people are self-publishing their own books, basically. And I'm creating a platform on which you can have all the needs that you need in order to self-publish in one place. So you write the book, you need an editor, you need a cover designer, you need a formatter, a marketer, and all of that you can get in one place, which is called Savage Edits. Thank you.
Wow, savage. Thanks very much for that. Hold on. If there's another person from that group wanting to join you, well, 3 times the charm, I guess. So we're done with that. I'm taking the mic away from you, and you are free to go. And that pretty much rounds up this presentation period here. Now we're going to have a little bit rebuilding here in the front. You're now happy to stream out, visit all the teams at their booths and tables, ask a lot of questions. Find us with the red name tags if you have any questions for the SIB. Thanks for your attention, and the pizza is coming up in about an hour. Thank you very much.